For more information on my programs, please visit masajadi.com. That's MASSAJADY.com. Hello, this is Masati from the podcast Exponential Intelligence. Giving you a little ghost story for Halloween. You know, we drove up here midnight, late last night. It's kind of creepy, you know, a lot of woods, a lot of darkness, and we were lost. So we got that scary feeling, especially with my boys here. He's not my son, by the way. He's just a good friend of mine. We came into the hotel, we checked in, and everybody felt this heaviness as we walked in. It's like, wow. And a little smell of dankness coming through. And as we checked in, you know, we got settled in, and we started talking about the heaviness. I asked my Zeus, my youngest son, like, how do you feel? And he started telling me, hey, Dad, I don't know what this heaviness is. And Zach, do you want to tell your story on what you felt when you walked in?
I felt like the place was heavy and kind of sinister and occupied. So,
how about you?
Yeah, I also felt like about my heaviness around this area and like oppressive feeling.
So as I walked in, felt that heaviness as well. Just me understanding the whole concept of what happens on the other side, or other realities that are, say, intertwined within us. Just like a piece of fabric, right? There's realities intertwined. I was seeing, yes, there is a heaviness, and then the story just opened up, and it's such a beautiful, romantic story. It seemed like a nice, wealthy family at the time, very, very happy. The father, so there was a mother, a woman, 2 daughters, and a young son, and they were just waiting for the father, her husband, to come home. And they kept waiting and waiting. At some point they were out, seemed like she was telling me, back there out in the field, and they died. Probably planes, you know, maybe wartime. They got shot instantly and abruptly. They got killed. So, and they didn't know that they were dead. So they just came back in, and for I don't know how many years, they started living life just the way they normally would, but just on the other side, not knowing that they were dead. They were still waiting. She was still waiting for her husband, and the kids were still waiting for the father to come home. So that was that heaviness that they were feeling. And then the father kind of tapped into him, kind of finding him. He was in the war, and he must have stepped on a bomb and instantly died. And he was, the last moment of his life was that, oh my God, I want to come back to my family. Where's my kids? Where's my wife? And he never left. So he was always searching. These guys were always searching, and I don't know for how long they've been searching. They've been, say, stuck in that time loop. So when we came in, we started settling in. The woman started coming up. It's like, oh my God, who are you guys? What are you guys doing in my house? It seemed like they had gotten stuck in a time reality. It's just like, as we don't see them, they weren't seeing us, so they didn't realize that their house or their mansion had turned into a hotel now. They were stuck, whatever, like maybe in the 1940s. They were stuck from that time frame, and they saw their house as their house. And as we came in, because we are bright beings, something ignited in them. They start to see the reality of what's here, and she even said, oh my God, this is atrocious furniture. What is going on here, you know? And then I explained to her, it's like, gosh, you know, you're dead. And it's like, oh wow. It's like, well, what are you doing here? It's like, well, I'm waiting for my husband. These kids are waiting for their father to come home. And then somehow, I don't know how all the logistics work, but I brought them together, and they blessed us, and they went along their way. And then afterwards, just within minutes after, say, that session, you know, my son, my youngest son, Zeus, chooses not to be photographed. He's just so handsome. He said, gosh, it feels really, really light. Zach, you want to tell how you felt afterwards?
It felt a lot better. I could I didn't have this weight on my chest anymore, and just felt like a much better, more beautiful place that wasn't so sinister.
And even this morning, Juan, as he was going out to breakfast, he came up and told me what were you telling me?
Yeah, it just felt much better. The place, much cleaner. The environment, much lighter, basically, expansive. So, Mas, one question. For example, if you are somewhere new or visiting a country, and you feel this kind of feeling that we felt yesterday,
Sure.
is there anything you can do to clear that space?
Sure. So if you're visiting a country, and it doesn't have to be an old country, it could be a brand new house that somebody died in or whatever, you feel something heavy, chances are there's probably a presence around you, okay? Although they're not in this reality. So you can try to clear it out yourself, that's totally fine, but just remember, you have to be a certain level or an awakened level to clear somebody up. So you can try it on your own, okay? And again, you have to be at a certain level to really clear an entity out, especially permanently. If that doesn't work, if you're not just there yet, you can play some of the podcasts or anything free that's out there. Also, I do have a meta healing on entity removal if it's really severe, really dark. But like these individuals, they're wonderful people, didn't know that they had died. So it's quite amazing. There are things on the other side that affect us here. And again, when I woke up, coming downstairs, it felt like a nice, loving family feel. Very nice, welcoming home again. So that's your ghost story for this upcoming Halloween. And we're in Florence, Italy. If we see more ghost stories along the way, we'll keep you updated. So again, guys, take care. Notice what you notice. Listen to the podcast, Exponential Intelligence.